Hello, I am Zyra Rose, and welcome to this CRTV video review of the cheapest gaming keyboard with programmable macro keys that Best Buy had to offer. This is the Corsair K55 RGB gaming keyboard review. Just so you are aware, no one has sponsored this video, and I have bought the item in this review with my own money at full retail, so this is purely my own personal opinion and nothing more. Thank you for watching. So I just wanted to start this review off with one of my favorite things to see in a review, and that is a proper unboxing. Now, I'm going to keep it pretty short and to the point so I don't draw this video out too long with dull, non-exciting events. But yeah, I wanted to show how the product came packaged and how you can expect to find it when or if you decide to buy one. So here I am pulling the tab out, you don't want to forget that. Then here I am lifting the lid up. There's the keyboard sitting nicely wrapped in a ESD plastic shield. It actually, looks pretty decent for how cheap it was. And here are the instruction manual / warranty card. Under here, I'm reaching to grab the detachable wrist rest, which I think is a great thing for a keyboard to have. Here I am putting it onto the keyboard to show you how easily it clips on. And then there it is, clipped on and rocking back and forth like it's supposed to. Here's the plug. I think it's a pretty nice looking plug. But that was pretty much all I wanted to show you, so let's move on with the review then. Let me run you through a little bit of what inspired me to make this review. I'm aware that most gamers, like a lot of computer gamers, are not as fortunate or have the same ideals and viewpoints that I do, and that a lot of PC gamers are on a tight budget where they can't just go buy the best mouse in the world or the best keyboard in the world or the best monitors in the world. So I decided in that regard to do a series of reviews reviewing some of the cheapest yet quality gaming products I can find. So I went to Best Buy on a mission. My mission was to buy the cheapest gaming keyboard that I would personally use at Best Buy. Now, I have different standards than most because for me, a gaming keyboard, there's several features I have to have, but one of the main features that is like a necessity for a gaming keyboard to have for me is programmable macro buttons. Now, I can use keyboards that don't and I'll be okay, but if you've seen any of my other reviews, the more buttons the better in my opinion. Like, I love as many buttons as possible, and I love programmable macro buttons especially, ones that are their own dedicated button. They have no other function than to be set to whatever you want it to do. So that's a bit of the reasoning to why I decided to make this series of reviews, and this one specifically being the first in the series. So with that in mind, and with my economy Best Buy gaming keyboard, let's get started and let me tell you some of the basic functions and features of this keyboard and why I think it is actually a pretty good keyboard. So first of all, this is a basic USB 2.0 gaming keyboard with a moderate length cable. Note, my standard keyboard has a slightly longer cable, but it's still a pretty good length cable. It has membrane switches. Now, I'm a little bit weird of a gamer. I personally don't think I have to have mechanical. Yes, a mechanical keyboard is nice. Like, they are the best of the best keyboards. But I have other features that I would rather have over mechanical, and so if I can get a really good keyboard with all the features I want aside from it being mechanical, I'll be completely happy. So the fact that this has membrane switches doesn't bother a gamer like me, and I'm sure there's hundreds of other gamers out there who don't have to have mechanical either, and so for a lot of the budget gamers, I feel this fits in well. Then, this keyboard has 6 dedicated macro keys, which, like I said, are definitely important to me, and then 7 media keys. Now, I personally like a keyboard that has media buttons, but this keyboard slightly disappoints. Now, it's not a deal breaker, but it doesn't have a volume scroll knob, or scroller wheel. Like, I personally love to have a scroller wheel built into my keyboard. Now, granted, my headset already has one, so I don't really need one, but it is a nice feature to have. But like I said, it's not make or break. So next, I want to say that the Corsair K55 RGB gaming keyboard has the ability to program any macro function to any key you want. Like, it's amazing. It is a great feature that I feel was well deserved and should be on lots more gaming keyboards. But personally, I don't normally set macros to keys that already had a specific function. Like, I wouldn't set my shift or my H or J key to something other than what it was designated to do. I prefer to have onboard dedicated buttons for my macros. It's just personal preference, it's what I like, but I do really appreciate, because sometimes I would break this norm, I do really appreciate the fact that this keyboard can program any macro function to any key. Next, I'd like to talk about the detachable wrist rest that comes with this. Now, I feel like not enough keyboards come with a wrist rest, that they are a great benefit to have in a gaming keyboard. They really help with long hours of gaming and keeping your wrist and your hand from cramping during those long hours. Moving on, I'd like to talk a little bit about the functionality this keyboard has and the fact that it comes with anti-ghosting with 8-key rollover, so you should be able to press numerous keys at once and have all your keystrokes register. Then this keyboard also has onboard memory. Now, I haven't fully tested this, so don't quote me, but the theory of it is that it saves the profile, the key bindings, and the color patterns you have to the keyboard on board, so if you take it somewhere else, it'll still have all your settings ready to go. The next feature of functionality I would like to talk about is its Windows key lock mode, which a lot of keyboards have and is a good thing to have. It basically, when enabled, disables your Windows key, so it's a dead key, so if you press it while gaming, it won't take you out to the windows or minimize things. It'll just be a dead key and let you keep playing. And finally, I would like to talk about the last key highlight I have here, is its highly customizable RGB backlight system, which is actually in the name. It's part of the model is K55 RGB. RGB is in the model name. So, yeah, it's highly customizable backlighting system. Now, it's not as customizable as others. The RGB system has 3 different zones that can be all controlled individually with different effects and layers and all kinds of stuff to make each part do its own thing. But other keyboards, can customize each individual keycap to be a different color. Now, it would be nice if this had this, but at this price point, I understand not having it, and I am still very happy with the finished product. All the RGB functionality can be completely controlled from the ICUE, the IQ app, that Corsair provides on their website. It controls all the programming of keys and all the RGB functions and the Windows key disabler. To sum it up, I think this is a really good keyboard for the price you pay. If you are on a budget and you want a decent gaming keyboard that feels pretty quality, the build quality is pretty sturdy, it doesn't feel like it has too much give or play in it. But to sum it all up, I think it's definitely worth the money. It's only about $50 US, and for $50, it's a great deal. Like, it even has macro keys, which I wouldn't have bought it if it didn't have macro keys, but to each their own. Maybe that's not important to you. But either way, this Corsair K55 RGB gaming keyboard is definitely a good keyboard and worth the money. So I just wanted to clarify real quick, in case anyone had any questions on what my favorite gaming keyboard is and what my next runners-up are. My favorite is the Mad Catz Strike Series keyboard. It's just by far my favorite keyboard of all time, which I currently don't have one because my last one got stolen, but I'm gonna try to get a new one soon, and hopefully I can get one unopened so I can do an unboxing for you too, not only a review. My next runners-up are 3 Logitech keyboards, which I can't pick which one is my favorite out of the 3, but my daily keyboard is the Logitech G510, and I absolutely love it with its 18 macro keys. It has spoiled me rotten. But yeah, so those are pretty much my favorite keyboards. Well, that pretty much sums up everything I had to say on this gaming keyboard. And now I would like to personally thank you for watching my video. Every view and like I get really makes me feel great about my work, and every subscribe I get lets me know that I should keep doing this for a long time to come. I personally love making these videos for you and plan to do it for a long time, but all the support I can get makes it that much more enjoyable, and I'd like to thank you for your time. So if you dislike this video, feel free to hit that button, but if you like this video, hit like, subscribe to let me know I should keep doing this, and other than that, I will see you next time.